Bro, what are you doing in there? Bro, what are you doing in there?
This, and then they can hear y'all, they can hear me. They can like lightly hear the background music, which is I'm turned up a little bit. Sweet. Excellent. Positively the smacktastic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, AMD. Hey! AJ Polo, the Odd Jobs Bounty Hunter of Whisper Official, and today I'm another brand new. That's right, brand spanking. No, what is brand new this time? You're all asking. I'm back on one of my odd jobs. I'm back on another one of my odd jobs as a researcher of an SCPs. From Site Redacted. Don't worry about the site. I had to say that on a professional scale. But what I don't have to redact are my two guests. My ignore what I said in the description. Class personnel. Corvus.
Hi.
And Booty Baker.
What to do? I got stuck on a fucking truck, dude. I'm dying.
This
Sorry.
is where your D-class personnel.
Alright.
You get stuck on a truck.
B class is kind of wild.
But it's gonna be same deal as last time. We're going back to YouTube to watch more SCP videos, SCP research videos from Valgan. Shout out Valgan. Please go subscribe to Valgan. He hasn't made a video in like 6 months. Please subscribe to Valgan.
Let's go.
But he's my #1 source for this SCP stuff because I don't feel like going to the wiki.
Reasonable.
We're gonna do a refresher course because I can't remember the exact date it was last time we did SCP stuff. So a quick refresher on the classes is always necessary. Alright, so classes. To refresh everybody's memories, I know Corvus has had an SCP phase. I don't know if you had one, Booty Baker.
I have not.
Cool. All this information is gonna be new to you. So
Yeah.
SCP stands for. There's like three different actual definitions for what SCP stands for. But like I just go with the one that means standard containment procedure. So SCPs are just like procedures used to contain anomalies, which is just a general term for weird stuff.
Yeah.
And they're in a bunch of classes. We're gonna go through like the main ones though. The first one is safe. Can you imagine what safe means?
They can't hurt or kill you.
Nope.
Okay, that's good to hear.
So safe means that they can be contained easily.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Nice.
they can still be like wildly dangerous. Like we saw before in the last stream where we looked at a sword that you would pick it up and it would give you like a dream of you like murdering somebody and eating their heart. And then you would wake up and kind of feel like nauseous and like there'd be a weird smell of like raw meat in the air. But there would be nothing actually like in the vicinity of you. To make a long story short, that sword basically controlled you to kill somebody IRL, but whoever you killed with it was wiped from existence.
Oh. Okay. I'm following.
There are like safe SCPs that like are generally just like
Safe.
yeah, like the little like orange goo thing that smells like chocolate chip cookies, and when you touch it, it makes you happy.
Oh.
Love that guy.
Yeah, but like for the most part, safe just means they can be contained easy.
Alright.
After that is Euclid. Euclid ones are ones that like, for the most part, actually aren't like dangerous. You just can't really like move them.
Yeah.
Like for instance, there's like a bridge where like a ghost lives on. And like he'll like paint you a picture, and like the picture would typically have something to do with an important moment in your life. Yeah, you can't really move a fucking bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just kind of like monitor those. After that, it's Keter. Now, Booty Baker, Keter is the symbol for Keter is a red skull surrounded by like a landmine.
Yeah.
What do you think Keter is?
I think they're very nice. They look scary, but they just want a hug, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I
Corvus,
feel like I'm completely wrong.
do you remember what Keter is?
Keter could be a lot of things.
Oh god.
For the most part, Keter just means it is unable to be contained.
Yeah, or at least
Oh.
difficult to contain
Yeah.
them.
That's lovely to hear.
One thing that's Keter is called the Old Man. It's a dude that can phase through walls and shit, and he looks for a victim, and whenever he gets to the victim, he drags them to the torture dimension, where he does what the title of it says. He
That's
can.
called you a freak, by the way.
He takes you to the freak dimension, and then you freak it.
Freak dimension.
Okay.
Another example of it is I can't remember what he's called. But he's literally just like random dude that like pops up to people on their hospital bed. Typically people like alone by themselves, doesn't really have like family around them at all. He pops up to them on their like deathbed and like kind of just like he offers them a cigarette and they can take it or not take it. And he kind of just like chills there with them until they like pass on.
Oh,
Yeah, so he just makes sure people aren't like lonely whenever they die.
nice.
Yeah. So Keter literally just means it's either unable to be contained or really hard to contain. After that, I'll move us to the side so the people can see. We have Thalmule, Apollyon, and Joke. I can go through these pretty quick. Thalmule basically are SCPs used to contain other SCPs.
Oh, so like traitors.
So remember what I said about that bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that bridge isn't sentient at all. It's just a bridge with a bunch of weird stuff about it. So it can literally be, SCPs can literally just be like either concepts or like fucking items and shit. They don't have to be monsters.
Oh.
Most of the time they
'cause
are.
When I was playing, there was a book of common colds or common diseases.
There's also a coffee machine. We're not gonna get to that one because for some reason that story is really long. But there's a coffee machine one, and you can input in on this little like touchpad whatever kind of liquid you want, and it'll dispense it for you.
So more than just coffee.
Yeah, somebody asked for a cup of Joe, and it took the biological material from some guy named Joe close by.
Oh,
Yeah.
shouldn't have been named Joe.
Facts. Next is Apollyon. So if you're in the SCP world, Booty Baker, and you hear that Ed Apollyon has breached containment, you're gonna die.
Oh,
It's just inevitable.
Yeah, it's. Oh my god, thank you. Why aren't you on the purple app? Lotus?
people call it the purple app.
I love it.
Hello Lotus, thank you for being here. Apollyons are literally just gods. They're like quote unquote contained, but like they're contained in like other realms or shit.
Interesting.
But like the moment they like figure out where Earth is or like get bored and just come to Earth or some shit, it's just over.
Oh, so they just do whatever they want.
There's literally an Apollyon of like 3 sisters that the SCP created. It was a dumbass decision. I don't know why they did that. Don't tell my superior officer I said that. But like they basically created these girls trying to like fight off like some evil like fucking like deity dude, but like they ended up breaching containment because they were basically tortured into being like this. They kind of just roam the earth, and anybody that sees them is under their control. Anybody that hears them is under their control, and the slightest sight or hearing of them at all will take you. So people are forced to live underground in like hobbit holes in complete fucking silence.
Oh, so it's like the things from Quiet Place, but like worse.
I'm about to say yeah, but like they don't attack you. It's just over the moment like one of your senses gets a hold of them.
Oh, that's lovely.
Hi guys, keep having your background noise. Thank you. I love being background noise.
I love being noise.
And then the final one is joke SCPs. What do you think a joke SCP is, Booty Baker?
Something like that's stupid and funny.
Exactly. You get 5 stars.
Yay!
Don't ask me how many stars you need.
Okay.
But yeah, it literally 2 famous examples of the joke SCPs are SCP 420, which is just a never-ending joint.
Okay, fun.
And then I forget the number for the SCP, but it's literally just a dude that like pops up in people's toilets and says, "I'm gonna eat your butt. Give me that butt. I'm gonna eat your butt."
The booty
Ah.
warrior.
The Booty Bandit.
Kinda.
No,
He doesn't.
yeah.
He literally doesn't attack people. He literally just pops up in your toilet and says, "I'm gonna eat your butt."
He's
Yeah.
just like me for real.
Facts.
He's no menace to society.
I mean, yeah. He can't be stopped, so he's like technically Keter, but he also doesn't hurt people. So like he's technically like safe-ish.
Shit on him.
You can shit on him. It's like nothing stop. He won't attack you.
So he's just
He's
a scare.
yeah, he's just a weirdo.
Yeah.
Okay, but with that, that's our quick review of the SCPs. There's also neutralized and explained, but those are basic. Those are yeah, those are kind of self-titled. Neutralized is just that they've been killed or had to be killed. Explained is whatever we thought they were like anomalous, weird things at first, and then we could explain it with science, and then it was kind of just a natural thing, and now we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Don't tell my superior officer I said this. Don't like always trust when they say something's been explained. Sometimes they just say that to make you feel better.
This is all going on your quarterly report, by the way. I'm writing all this down.
You'll be dead before it reaches though. The first SCP we're gonna look at though. We can switch over screens now. I'll switch it over on here and then on Discord. Change string. Change now. Bazinga. Shout out Velgan. Shout out Velgan. I love this man. It's called The Town That Got Fucked by Bears. But say so title for it, which is The Town That Got Destroyed by Bears.
Okay. I'm following.
Okay. And we'll just go so the plan is to go through these real quick. After we done looking at the videos for them, I want y'all to give them like a grade or a rating about how much you fuck with them.
Okay.
Some of these you probably won't fuck with because some of these SCPs are kind of stupid. Other ones are pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your general enjoyment of these SCPs is what we're gauging from you D-class personnel.
My personal experience in the past too, or just from this video?
You know what? Sure. If you got personal experience with this, I don't know how you would have that. But whatever personal experience you got with it, go for it. Put that in. I would love to report on that.
Okay. No. Don't tell how I got out.
Don't tell them how I got out.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2875. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. A perimeter is to be established 2 kilometers from the center of Wisconsin, and no non-Foundation personnel are to pass this limit. Mobile Task Force Lambda 2, Chain Gang, is to oversee containment of SCP-2875. Updated containment procedures. Due to recent findings, only Mobile Task Force Lambda 2 approved equipment is considered acceptable
Real quick. I thought the first time I researched this, I thought this was in Wyoming because all the weird shit happens in Wyoming. So I was a little surprised when it said where it's Wisconsin.
That's still a W.
It's one of these W places.
Under no circumstances are any personnel to
Oh, well,
attempt
well,
to
like
dispatch
the
an
States,
instance of
whatever.
SCP-2875A with a firearm, incendiary device, or other
With a
unauthorized
firearm?
implement. Description: SCP-20.
Oh yeah, quick thing for you, Booty Baker. It's not actually like a fiery arm. It's like a gun.
Oh yeah, that's what I was like scared about. Why do they have a gun?
A phenomenon occurring only in the town of Wisconsin. At noon, every 3 days, between 50 to 100 fully grown adult Ursus arctos horribilis, mainland grizzly bear, will appear throughout the town. These instances are not anomalously strong or fast, or anomalously hostile, and will generally act like any other members of their species, given the situation. The phenomenon appears to be cumulative. The instances, SCP-2875A, will linger around the town center for a short time before dispersing, and more instances will appear 3 days later. Due to the potential scaling issues of the bear population growth, it has become imperative to dispatch the new instances as quickly as possible. Currently, the only feasible means to dispatch SCP-2875-A instances is by using a highly concentrated aerosol tranquilizer spray, and then a blunt instrument with which to cause trauma to the cranial region, as killing any of the instances using a firearm or incendiary device results in 2 new instances appearing next to the corpse of the deceased instance. As such, only Foundation's standard motorized blunt force devices have been permitted for use against the instances, with other blunt or bladed weapons being permitted per Mobile Task Force Leader instruction. Discovery. SCP-2875 was discovered by Foundation containment teams sent to investigate reports about the sudden disappearance of an entire town of people. Upon arriving at the situation quickly became apparent when the town was observed as being flooded with SCP-2875-A instances. Initially, the containment teams had prepared to move all of the instances to other habitats outside of, but when the reoccurring nature of SCP-2875 was discovered, the current containment procedures were established. Mobile Task Force Lead, note: I know plenty of you think that this is some kind of joke, but a town of constantly appearing bears is serious. Can you imagine what would happen to the local ecosystem if we let this thing go? It was like a goddamn bear arena when we first rolled in, and that was only after a few days. Addendum 2875-1. Collected voicemails. The following voicemails were recovered from a mobile device found in a cave outside. The owner of the device has not yet been verified. 2875 1.1.
Oh, hey, this is Tom Miller from City Hall, and I just wanted to get in touch with you about some things you were saying the other day at the old town meeting, so give me a call back here before too long. My number is 875-7112, and I'll talk to you then. Thanks a lot. Bye.
2875 1.2.
Oh, hey, it's Tom Miller again from City Hall. I just wanted to get back in touch with you about some things we talked about the other day. I've been thinking about what you were saying about the pest problem with the coyotes, and I really do think bears is the way we want to go, so let me know when we can talk about that, get some plans laid out. You know my number is 875-7112. We'll talk more then. Thanks a lot. Bye.
2875 1.3.
Hey, it's Tom Miller again. Just wanted to let you know, Bears is going great. We haven't seen any coyotes around in a while, so that's good. I do have one question, though, about one of the bears getting a little close to town. One of the gals in town is a little freaked about it, so we can talk about that and get some of these details ironed out. I think this is going to be great. Okay, thanks a lot. Oh yeah, the number is 875-7112, and we'll talk then. Thanks a lot. Bye.
2875 1.4.
Hey there, it's Tom Miller again. Haven't heard from you in a while. I just wanted to let you know, me and some of the guys are a little concerned that there might be too many bears. Most of the coyotes have moved on from town, so it's probably about time the bears got out of here. So we gotta do that pretty soon. It's becoming a little bit of a problem, so give me a call. The number is 875-7112. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye.
2875 1.5.
Okay, listen, there are too many bears in town now. A little boy got attacked just the other day in the street. He was with his mom. He got attacked by one of the bears, okay? There are too many bears now. I need you to call me, please, as soon as you can so we can do something about this. Okay? Thanks. Oh, wait. 875-7112. Okay? Call me soon. Thanks. Bye.
2875 1.6.
Okay, listen. There's a bear outside of my house, okay? My neighbor just got eaten by a bear. Okay? There are bears in the streets. There are bears in people's homes. Okay? We gotta do something about this. I can't get outside. Okay? My kids are at school. I can't get to my kids. Okay, there's a bear on my car. Oh, God. Oh, Lord, there's a bear in my house. Oh, 875-7112. Call me, please.
This concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are.
Excellent. All right, and that was the town. Bodie Baker, based on your past experiences,
And then-
how you feeling about the town when they got destroyed by bears?
I hate bears. I was fucking terrified.
Why not?
They're cool bears. They were there to help out with the coyotes and shit, and they helped out with the coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, a child got attacked, but could be their fault.
Yeah, what were they doing outside the town and shit?
Mm-hmm. They know who the bears are outside. Why did they go out?
Yeah. And that's how the bears got a taste for humans and then went into the town and killed everybody because of this stupid kid. I mean, how you feeling
love
about it,
bears.
Booty Baker?
My brain is melted after like firearms.
Oh, you can't kill them. If you kill them, they'll experience mitosis and there'll be two of them.
So what you're telling me is the bears can use guns.
No,
No.
Oh.
you use guns
You can't
against.
use
They
guns.
tried to use guns against the bears, and like killing them made more bears. So they had to like spray them with tranquilizing spray and like hit them in the face with a shovel. They said it was a standard issue like fucking SCP device thing. It's just a big shovel,
Huh.
It's just a bat.
just some kind of blunt
Okay.
object. You gotta rattle their brains a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Corvus, what are you getting this? What kind of rating you getting this? Grade rating, whatever you feel like. What you getting for this?
I give this a solid 10. I love bears.
Excellent, excellent. We have bear propaganda. Booty Baker.
Give it a solid 5.
Okay.
5.
Oh, yep. 5 out of 5. I hate bears.
5 out of 5. I hate bears. Okay. I do have a list of the SCPs that we can look at. There's one that I want to get to, but that'll determine if y'all want to get to it. Oh, there's this other one, and it's very short. So like, get prepared to like use your thinking caps, especially when you start talking about this SCP.
Okay.
That's all I can really say about it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and today is going to be a different kind of lecture. Anything you glean from it cannot be written down or discussed, starting now. We're going to be studying an SCP today, and so you understand the exact number I'm referring to, I'm going to send it in Morse code. Understand? Good.
If you don't know Morse code, don't worry about it. It's probably safer that way.
So, today, I'm going to tell you a story. You can connect the dots for yourself. I can't tell you anything beyond this, so don't bother asking. You all ready? Okay. Also, I'm going to be using background music. All right. Once upon a time, in the
Why does that look like a penis in the top left?
It does.
Why did he use that picture? Okay.
magical land of Foundaria, there was a little boy called Tiberius who lived in a castle. Tiberius was a bit of an outcast. He was very tall and didn't look like other little boys. His arms were huge and always seemed to be covered in sticky slime, and he could also magically walk through the walls of the castle. As a result of this, he mostly just hid away in his room and never wanted to come out. But there were some things that would pique his attention. You see, Tiberius was a very curious boy. Anytime anyone spoke or wrote about him, he would come and visit them, and sometimes invite them back to his room so they could find out more about him. But only the rulers of the land and the people on the 4th floor of the castle even knew about Tiberius. Nobody else was deemed important enough. So, time went on, and the king grew curious. In secret, the king ordered the people on the 4th floor to find out more about Tiberius. They gathered 2 domestic servants and sent them to the cellar and ordered them to perform simple tasks to find out more about their friend, Tiberius. The first servant, David, was given a piece of parchment and asked to write down what he saw on the wall next to him, which happened to be a drawing of Tiberius. Midway through writing, David heard something behind him. He turned around and was shocked to see Tiberius standing right in front of him. Tiberius looked happy that someone was writing about him. So much so that he grabbed the piece of parchment, and as quick as he grabbed it, he disappeared, presumably right back to his room. David was scared, as he'd never seen anything quite like that before, and had to visit the castle apothecary to receive a memory-erasing potion. Because of this task, the king knew that he couldn't let anyone else see this drawing, because not everyone would want Tiberius stealing their parchments. The second servant, Damien, had a slightly different task than David. He was to look at the same picture, but instead of writing down what he saw, he was ordered to talk about it out loud. Just like before, midway through speaking, before Damien even got a chance to turn around, Tiberius magically appeared, grabbed Damien, and with a giggle and a smile, vanished, taking Damien with him, presumably back to his room. After this task, it is rumored that Damien went to live with Tiberius because no one ever saw him again. This was the last test that the king would ever ask anyone to participate in, because the king loved his people and didn't want them all moving to Tiberius's room and never coming back. In the end, it seemed like Tiberius was just lonely and wanted some friends, and after the king's tasks, it seemed he had a friend. But now, the tasks had been completed. The king knew everything he needed to know. All the drawings and parchments describing Tiberius were hidden away in the castle library, and he was never mentioned in the kingdom of Foundario ever again. Okay, the story's over.
Cool. How y'all feeling about Tyrone?
Yeah, it's just a little private,
Yeah, it's a little private guy.
a little introverted, maybe.
Don't really want to be like, he gets excited when people, mentions him.
Yeah, so we just like not talk about him. All right.
Yeah. How would you give about the thing we did not just talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of rating y'all giving Tyrese?
I give Timothy a solid 8.
Cool.
I'll give him a solid middle, like middle way.
Middle.
50 out of 100, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
What did you learn from this story about Timothy Bootybaker?
Wait, what? Huh? What I learned?
Yeah, about Timothy from the video.
It's really lonely. Also, it was like really quiet. I was trying to fix my audio.
You know what? Great answer. Great answer. Fantastic answer, actually. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Corvus, I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
pick where we go next.
Okay.
There's like a short video, and a longer video. We could either go to Fuck Off Cthulhu or No Vacancy. No Vacancy is basically an instruction video.
Ooh.
That one's like
I kind of like the sound of
27.
No Vacancy.
That was 27 minutes. So No Vacancy? Okay.
I like the sound of that.
Because this one's longer, if y'all got comments or something need to be pause the video for, you can go for it.
Okay. 27 minutes.
Everyone,
Yep.
my name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-7819. Object Class, Keter, Uncontained. Special Containment Procedures. If you are currently under the influence of SCP-7819, please immediately refer to Addendum 1. SCP-7819 is still under active study. If you believe you have come into contact with it, contact the research lead immediately.
Corvus, you especially write this down. I don't know why. You seem like the type of person that would get caught by this SCP.
Okay.
SCP-7819 is a predatory location that manifests along exits of the United States numbered highway system in the contiguous United States. SCP-7819's appearance is generally fixed. It presents as a small roadside hotel or motel, though the exact layout may vary, advertising vacant rooms, always identified by exterior signage as the Rest Easy Inn. Several conditions must be met for SCP-7819 to manifest for a driver. The time between midnight and 4 a.m., local time zone. The driver of the vehicle must have been driving for over 5 hours, discounting small breaks. The driver must be a past or present Foundation employee. The driver must be alone in the vehicle. Upon driving near SCP-7819, the driver will begin to feel a deep-seated sense of fatigue and tiredness. It is unclear whether this is a natural reaction to driving for several hours and seeing an opportunity for a break, or an anomalous phenomenon caused by SCP-7819 to lure drivers in. Regardless, this fatigue will continue as the driver pulls off the highway and into the parking lot of the inn. Should the driver drive past SCP-7819, the sense of fatigue will remain, though through unknown means their vehicle will be seamlessly transported several miles backward, often without their realization. They will drive past SCP-7819 again, be transported backward again, and this process will continue until they park inside SCP-7819. The driver will not be able to escape this phenomenon until they exit their vehicle, enter SCP-7819, and perform several requisite activities. These activities vary, but SCP-7819's many manifestations have provided a relatively dependable action plan for performing the rituals and surviving SCP-7819.
You can literally just think of these as like
Currently under the influence of
objectives in like a fucking
SCP-7819,
video game.
Please proceed through Addendum 1. Remain calm and do not rush. Accuracy and efficiency is more important for survival than speed.
Oh yeah, please do not rush. You will die.
Addendum 1. SCP-7819 Survival Guide. Up to date to March 26, 1996. Space. Parking lot. Instructions. Bring your car into an empty parking space. Try to select one that's surrounded by other vehicles. To separate yourself from the pack would attract attention. Once you park, exit your vehicle. Take only what you need. Whatever device you are reading or listening to this document on, your cellular phone, keys, purse or wallet, and a bag containing some toiletries and essentials. Luggage and clothing will slow you down. If you have been equipped with a firearm or own one privately, do not take it with you. Spend some time in the parking lot before entering the lobby. Observe the other parked cars around you. You will note inconsistencies, such as wheels made of wood, unclear jumbles where logos and brand marks should be, and shapes or designs that do not correspond to any actual vehicles produced by automotive companies. Avoid looking through the windows. If there is a large burning vehicle in the parking lot, do not investigate it further. If at all possible, pretend it is not there. Enter the lobby before the fire goes out.
It's not actually on fire.
Protocol. Pulled my Forerunner into a parking spot of this dingy sex motel. The last parking spot, actually. The lot was
Alright.
completely
I know you said that, and not sex motels. They're just random roadside like fucking motels. I know he said that, but like they're not. There's no fun stuff going on inside of it.
a caravan to someone else,
Oh.
and they described it to someone else.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Booty Baker, but like this is for your own safety, because this dude will get you killed.
I accidentally knocked a hand against it and realized that it was made out of some kind of plaster. And it was hollow. I got curious, so I started investigating the other cars. All like this, logos and designs that look like cars on you going up, but took a closer look, and it's all nonsense. A facade, literally. I wasn't scared or anything, but it did put me on edge. Like how, when you know someone is trying to put you at ease, you put your hackles up.
Space. Lobby. Instructions. Upon entering the lobby, make your way to the front desk. It will be unoccupied. You may ring the bell once if the sound brings you comfort. Wait in the lobby without exiting it. Hum your favorite song to yourself as you wait. The silence in the lobby has been described as oppressive. Stop humming when you become aware of the noises coming from behind the counter. Hop the counter. There should be a closed door, rattling as though someone is on the other side. Listen to the sounds and note them down. When they get louder, repeatedly slam your fist against the door. Do not speak. Eventually, you will be slipped a key to a room. This may not work on the first attempt. Repeat it until you succeed. Say thank you and depart.
No idea what's going on. Door's firmly locked. I can just hear through it, and the paper-thin walls. Pretty filthy noises. Soft enough to where I have to press my ear against the door to hear anything. Wet slapping like someone's thumping a drenched towel against the ground over and over. There's this periodic wet coughing. The snapping stops during the coughing. Also, this moaning. It sounds in pain, like someone starving to death. Rises and falls in pitch, but it's always there.
Okay, I know what the guy said earlier. I know what you're hearing right now. It's still not one of those motels.
Coughing are all at the same time. How
It's like a
many
nice
people are in
place
there?
to have like an event.
I tried rattling the doorknob
Pretty
and it
chill.
won't stop.
You
All of it
kind of
except
think
for
so,
the
but
wall.
like basically only one person is allowed in here at a time.
Oh my god, why did that scare me?
Fucking horse.
I did not expect
why
that
you
to be
don't
there.
play
It's so
Uma
fucking
Musume?
okay.
This man could never play Unamusume.
Inevitably on a higher floor, and you will be unable to find stairs, forcing you to use the elevator. You will notice that the buttons are in an inexplicable pattern and have unclear writing on them. Press whichever one feels right.
Oh, please listen to this
There will
part.
be another person in the elevator.
Please listen to this part.
If you see someone, be aware that they are not human.
Okay.
Treat them with the appropriate level of caution. Do not remove your eyes from them. And always stand
Wait. What the fuck is the appropriate level of caution?
Clean-cut man wearing an expensive
What?
What the fuck is the appropriate level of caution of finding a not human standing next to me?
So like, do not engage them, but like, notice if they get closer to you and then react appropriately.
I'm gonna freak out and stab him.
All right, you're being too aggressive.
If the figure resembles an older, clean-cut man wearing an expensive suit and overcoat, do not enter the elevator. It will smile at you, compliment your appearance, and hold the door for you. It will do this for up to several minutes, repeatedly attempting to convince you to enter. Politely but firmly tell it that you are just passing through and will wait for the next one. Stand beyond the threshold. It cannot pursue you outside of the elevator. Eventually, it will move on. If the figure resembles a middle-aged woman in hiking gear, you may enter the elevator and ride it to your destination. The elevator ride will take much longer than it should, up to half an hour. Do not panic, and reciprocate the woman's attempts to make conversation. Do not be honest with her. Lie openly and brazenly about every possible detail, including obvious ones such as your ethnicity and age. She appreciates this. If the figure resembles a younger vagrant, it is safe to enter the elevator. They will not speak, but may offer you a hug. Accepting this has no consequences and is left to your discretion. When you arrive at your floor, they may offer a small trinket, such as a tin duck or ceramic ashtray. Accept it gratefully and keep it close at hand.
My nerves are on fire. I was lucky I pulled the vagrant card instead of the Wall Street anglerfish card at least. May seemed nice. Couldn't have been older than 19 or 20, dressed in clothes completely worn through. I got in, and we were standing next to each other heading up to my floor when he reached out. I just sort of let it happen, and he hugged me. A proper hug. Haven't been hugged like that in a long time. Didn't say a word, just hugged me for a few seconds, like he knew I needed it. Stepped back, handed me a matchbox filled with leaves, and then the doors were closing and he was gone.
Space. Hallways. Instructions. You will exit out of the elevator into a hallway of some kind. Checking your room key is pointless. It will either not have a room number or have an entirely impossible one. Your room will make itself known to you when you find it. As such, begin walking down the hallway. Resist the urges to investigate the other rooms in the hallway. The doors have peepholes in them, and making eye contact may invite unwelcome attention.
Motivate, what did they just say?
Don't open the door if you're not open for you.
No.
Baker's dead. Baker's dead.
My brain understood that wrong.
You got caught in
Baker's
4K. Do not look in the peepholes of the doors or check the doors.
The only part I felt like I needed to understand is like the door would make itself known to me. I would never like look into other people's people. That's so crazy.
And making eye contact may invite unwelcome attention. Keep your eyes focused down and ignore any feelings of being observed as you proceed down the hall. Avoid making noise. The other guests are sleeping. The hallway is generally not linear, and you may find various other spaces.
I don't know why he said that. I don't know why he said the other guest is sleeping.
Because they're asleep. They're not dead. They're just sleeping.
I don't think they're dead either.
Eventually, you will arrive at a crossroads. These will occur regardless of whether the exterior topology of SCP-7819 allows for it, and are suspected to be incongruous spaces. As such, it is advised not to remain in them for more than a few minutes at most. Personnel who have dallied in the crossroads report dull headaches and paranoia. This is best addressed by picking a direction at random and beginning to walk down it. It is unclear whether SCP-7819 adapts to one's mind or vice versa. But this has been the most effective method for arriving at one's room. You will know it when you see it.
I have no idea how long I was walking. At least 40 minutes. But that was after I started checking my watch. Just endless shag carpet and flickering yellow lighting and shitty commercial art on the walls. I thought it would just be one long hallway, but it wasn't. I mean, it's fast it was. But then it ended and took a sharp right turn, and then a left.
Also,
and then
like,
down a set of
don't
stairs.
shit talk the art on the wall.
Lounge through a
Like,
little
nothing's gonna happen, but like, it's just kind of rude.
Any sense of
It's not nice.
consistency to the construction. Just felt like a weird amalgamation of every hotel I've ever been in, glued together without thought. Eventually, it started getting really bizarre. The carpet went from drab beige to like the pattern you find on bus seats. There were curtains, but they were nailed to the wall so they couldn't be opened. Every successive set of doors kept getting lifted a few inches off the ground until they were literally halfway into the ceiling. This isn't a place people were meant to be.
Space. Room. Instructions. Use your key and enter your room. You will immediately feel a chillness in the air. This is normal. Do not close the door behind you until you have turned on all the lights and ensured you are alone in the room. There may be a door to an adjoining room. Move a piece of furniture in front of this door, or otherwise find a way to barricade it. The layout of the room will vary and be completely idiosyncratic, such as having mismatched furniture sets, dozens of chairs filling the room with nothing else, or being difficult to traverse. Do your best to get comfortable. The bathroom may be locked from the inside, but this is not a point of concern unless you have reason to believe someone is inside. If you do, bar the door to the best of your ability. You may keep the lights on or dim them, but get into a bed and pull the covers over yourself. If the room has a television, you may put something on to calm your nerves. Personnel have suggested home and garden television delivers the best results. Eventually, you will fall asleep.
My room had 3 beds, fanning out from and facing a single focal point. A shitty microwave that wasn't even plugged in. Absolutely baffling. Like it was designed by a person with no understanding of how humans live. I got in and made sure everything was fine, then put my stuff down. Took a leak, which is when I found out the bathroom was fake. The plumbing wasn't attached and the toilet and shower were made out of...
Corvus,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you have to do when you enter the room?
Turn on all the lights. Don't close the door.
Cool. Booty Baker.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Hardly the weirdest thing so far, but for some reason it just f***ed with me. I got out and slipped into bed. Almost immediately I felt insanely tired despite the circumstances. I could barely keep my eyes open, and right as I was drifting off, it occurred to me that I hadn't checked under the beds.
Space. Pool. Instructions. You will wake up in the hotel hot tub. There will be no one else in the indoor pool area, and you will feel physically awake but mentally exhausted. This is normal. A small radio set on a nearby table may be playing a song from your childhood, but the signal will be of poor quality. Try to tune it better if you can, but do not change the station. Do not change the station. You may exit the hot tub and inspect the main pool. It will...
Yeah, when they say do not change the station, it's not like he said it twice, making it sound like it was dangerous. There's just no other station. Like it's just one station, so you'll just look stupid trying to change the station.
Gotcha.
will generally be of idiosyncratic shape and construction. You will find that the surface tension of the water is much stronger. It has formed a thick, tight membrane that prevents objects from breaking through it. As such, do not step into the water. You will drown. Underneath the membrane, you may see shapes moving around. Ignore them. Return to the hot tub, re-entering it. This time, completely submerge yourself. Despite your expectations, once you go under, it will not feel warm. It will feel painfully, bitingly cold, as though stepping into ice water. Ignore it and open your eyes. You will find that the hot tub descends several feet deeper than expected. Swim to the bottom and grab the small object you see lying on the floor. Inspect it after emerging from the water. You will find your clothes neatly folded on a nearby table. Dry and redress yourself before departing for your room.
I've always loved hotel pools. Something about them. I don't know. You'd think everyone would go for it, but for whatever reason it feels like I'm the only one who's ever in one. So it's just a nice calming space for me to sink into the water and be utterly alone. This wasn't like that. This felt wrong in some interminable, indescribable way. Every facet of it seemed designed for maximum discomfort. The echo bouncing off the ceiling and water being close enough to your own voice to trick you up. The angles and contours of the pool were unnatural, like someone had never seen a pool before. Literally hundreds of life preservers hanging off the walls. The main pool was unnerving. The membrane on top made it so that everything underneath the surface was blurry and hard to make out. But still, I could see 3 or 4 blurry shapes moving around, slimming back and forth. One of them was person-shaped. At first, I thought it was another person, trapped or something, and tried to get a little closer. Didn't step into the water, but I put my hand against the film. It swam up on the other side and pressed its palm where mine was. Held it there for a moment. Then it starts slamming its fists against the membrane wildly, trying to tear through it like a wild animal. I can hear it screeching from under the water. I screamed, scrabbled backwards, grabbed my things and ran. Thankfully, I only checked out the other pool after getting the object from the hot tub. It was my engagement ring. My engagement ring. I lost it years ago. Flushed it down the toilet of a hotel I was staying at.
Space, breakfast area.
I can't believe she survived. I can't. I can't believe she made
To
it.
your room, you will pass by the
Shouldn't have.
breakfast area attached to the lobby.
Oh, please listen to this one.
Despite it being still
This one's
night
tricky.
outside, it will be open and the lights on. Enter. There will be a large amount of food laid out on the counters. Most of it will be inedible in some form, though there are usually some edible foodstuffs. Ignore all of them. Do not feel guilty about doing so, and instead make your way to the only other person in the breakfast area. Join them at their table as they eat. They will attempt to persuade you to stay. Politely but firmly deny them. It will make your heart hurt, but it is necessary should you wish to leave. They will repeatedly do this, and you must repeatedly deny them until they stop asking.
Plastic fruit, styrofoam waffles, muddy water instead of coffee. I'm not exaggerating, it was literally fake food, all laid out and presented like a typical continental breakfast. Very weird, but I followed the instructions, ignored all of it, and headed for the man at the table. Older guy, salt and pepper hair, looks like every dad. The only sound in the room was his chewing, and the dead air on the television as it softly played static. He seemed excited to see me once he noticed me. Asked me to please take a seat. So I did, opposite him. Started bombarding me with questions. Where was I from? Where was I going? How long I'd been on the road? But not with the sinister edge of the people in the elevator. Genuine, sincere, wanting to know if I was all right and having a nice time. I tried my best not to feel bad about ignoring all of his questions and
on, and he was persistent about it. What can I do to make your stay better? Sorry, I say, but I want to leave. You're not enjoying the amenities? They're fine. I still want to leave. Don't you think this is nicer than having to deal with the troubles of life? It's a resort. Maybe, but I prefer the troubles over whatever this is. Fighting to joke down the parts of me saying he has a point. Eventually, he just goes crestfallen. Is there anything else I can do to make you stay? No. He seemed to accept that. Told me to spend the rest of my night. Check out in the morning. He was still sitting there when I left. Alone.
Space. Checkout. Instructions. When you
Booty bagging.
Yeah.
What do you have to say to the man every time he asks you a question?
Good luck. Because I don't remember.
You're so fucking cooked. You're so cooked.
I'm about to get out of here, bro.
You're so
Eating
fucking
breakfast.
cooked. You're gonna walk up and eat one of those plastic ass donuts, and you're gonna be gut.
Over here crunching. I'm gone.
next morning, late, regardless of when you fell asleep, gather your things and depart your room. You will find that the layout of SCP-7819 has shifted dramatically and is much easier to navigate. Several doors in the hallway will be hanging open, and you will pass cleaning carts as though housekeeping is doing their rounds. There will be no one around except you. Head to the elevators and back down to the lobby. There will similarly be no one at the front desk, but place your key down. Depart SCP-7819. Get in your vehicle. The parking lot will now be empty, and get back onto the highway. Driving until you can get into contact with your nearest site, and report your SCP-7819 encounter.
The light of day makes things feel a lot different. The labyrinth of the carpet and hallway just felt odd now. Not sinister. I went downstairs, turned my key into the empty desk. The breakfast area was closed again. I stepped out the doors. The sun was shining. Got in my car, got back on I-10, put the hotel in my rearview mirror, and then as soon as it came, it was gone. My parents and I used to take a lot of road trips when I was a kid, so we stayed in a lot of motels. You know the kind. Shitty roadside lodging where the rooms are cramped and the prices are dirt cheap. Years-old carpet. Unfashionable furniture from the 70s. Sinks that stick out into the room and hard mattresses. Not a resort. Just a place to lay your head down for the night. Transitory spaces, where you're meant to come and go. Not to stick around. Motels are not home, obviously. They try their best to feel like they're home, but not particularly well, which is why they have such a unique vibe of their own. A corporate design space calculated to put you at ease. They're spaces for humans to inhabit, but there's nothing really human about them. 7819 embodies that pretty well. Something that doesn't really understand humans, trying fruitlessly to lure them in, with fractured memories of motel rooms and hot tubs. I don't know. I don't know what 7819 is, really. I can only make guesses from what I experienced. Like I said, I took a lot of road trips as a kid, and there are some deeply, deeply strange things that live on the edges of these highways.
If you follow these instructions, you will exit with no issue. If you haven't, we do not blame you for staying. Goodbye.
The fuck that I do.
Listen.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What's up, Booty Beck? What's up? What you need?
I couldn't find anything else to eat. And
You
they
stupid.
Okay.
You stupid. You cooked. You fell off.
That should all be avoided if I didn't get in that car by myself.
You know what? I'm glad you remembered that.
Baker's dead as fuck. That's what I'm saying.
Just fucking cooked.
Pick up a random homeless person, drive him where I need to go.
You gonna pick up a random homeless person every time you go on a road trip?
Yep.
Bro starts hugging the guy in the elevator. It's over.
You gonna forget who to hug in the elevator and shit.
See somebody and they look lonely. I gotta hug them. You gonna stab me in the back when we be cooked.
That lady's gonna say, "Oh, I never seen a black guy before." He's like, gonna be like, "I'm the first black guy you've seen," and you gonna get shanked.
And Baker be like, free crunchy plastic, free room shit. Kill me.
See that TV and not turn it on. I'm done.
You gonna walk in. You gonna walk into the room and close the door immediately.
I need my privacy.
That's exactly what they hoping for. All right, Booty Bacon, because you died.
Oh my!
I'll let you choose the next one. We've got Joe Schmo, which is a pretty weird one. Or we've got.
Oh wait, what?
We've got the forensic ghost of Tupac Shakur.
Among Us.
Or Among Us. Actually, we did that one last time. We can't do that one.
The Tupac one.
Okay. This is the other long one. So, like, we might do one more after this. We'll see. All right. Before we move on to it, I need grades from you two. Grades on the no vacancy instruction manual.
Oh, I like that one. That one was really interesting.
Fire.
You were
10 out of 10, bro died.
These SCPs are gonna fucking get you, Booty Bacon. You were.
Hospitality was really nice.
Also, I hate to like spoil this before it even starts. This is exactly what you think it is.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2137. Object Class, Thaumiel, previously Euclid, and Keter. Special Containment Procedures. When not being used, SCP-2137 is to be kept within a typical electronic 10-digit metal safe in the safe wing of Site-23. All digital and wireless broadcast media must be kept at least 100 meters away from SCP-2137. Due to SCP-2137's anomalous effect having been determined to have no ranged limit, digital, wireless, and broadcast media may be used, but should be monitored closely for any appearance of SCP-2137-1 or 2. Other than testing and recording of Track 7, SCP-2137 should be considered an inanimate item without agency of its own, and any demands or threats made by SCP-2137-2 should be ignored. Once a week, SCP-2137 is to be cleaned, and all tracks are to be played in succession with special attention paid to the instance of SCP-2137-1 that replaces Track 7.
You good, Buddy Beck?
Sorry.
This is a serious study, and I need you to mark down notes for it. I'm staring at Tupac's eyes.
Situations and anecdotes presented in that instance of SCP-2137-1 must then be reported to 2137 Special Committee, POCWatch. On the rare occasion that non-Foundation organizations cannot address the situation presented in an instance of SCP-2137-1, 059 has given authorization to activate Mobile Task Force 33-9 to take any and all measures necessary to reach a resolution to the problem. Operational success will be indicated by a new instance of 2137-1. Personnel who wish to examine or attempt to interact with SCP-2137 must ask Dr. Kiewicz for authorization beforehand, which will then pend 05 clearance. Description: SCP-2137 is a single compact disc copy of Me Against the World, a hip-hop album by the artist Tupac Shakur, released in 1995. Physical examination, as well as laser testing, indicates that the CD was one of the initial release, manufactured and distributed in 1995. Conventional testing of the disc itself reveals identical results to a non-anomalous copy of the album. The case and liner notes have been determined to have no anomalous qualities, and the physical makeup and encoding of the disc appear completely normal. However, upon playing track 7, normally heavy in the game, the listener will encounter an instance of SCP-2137-1. The anomaly takes the form of spontaneously generated, professionally produced songs featuring Tupac Shakur in various styles within the hip-hop genre. Though each instance of SCP-2137-1 generated is unique, they share certain commonalities in terms of subject matter. The central focus of the song invariably addresses a crime, almost always a murder or series of murders, and then gives necessary anecdotal evidence or information to correctly identify and prosecute the killer, even going so far as to specify prosecutors or recommend vigilante justice. Though generation of SCP-2137-1 has been determined to have a definite causal nature, the manner in which SCP-2137-1 instances are copied onto SCP-2137 has yet to be ascertained. SCP-2137-2. The primary voice on the songs, from herein identified as SCP-2137-2, matches cleanly through advanced audio analysis to that of the real Tupac Shakur, who died in 1996, over a year before the recovery of SCP-2137. However, occasionally, on crimes of a particularly complicated or brutal nature, SCP-2137-2 will be joined by other performers, either guest rapping or singing the chorus or bridge. This has included many of Tupac's contemporaries, such as Snoop Doggy Dogg, Nas, No Doubt, Everclear, Weezer, and Busta Rhymes, as well as artists from the 2000s, including Chris Brown, Katy Perry, Lil Wayne, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, the Yin Yang Twins, Drake, Neon Trees, Jet, Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Eminem, usually at the height of their popularity. On a few notable occasions involving long unsolved crimes by still active criminals, there have been guests of a more blatantly anachronistic nature, standouts among whom include Phil Harris, the Andrews Sisters, Frank Sinatra, Buddy Holly, The Who, Elvis Presley, Diana Ross, and the Beatles. Heavily anachronistic guests tend to take the role of primary artist, the song performed in their style, with SCP-2137-2 joining as a rap guest. When contacted, none of these artists had any recollection of recording for or information regarding SCP-2137. The crimes themselves...
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You have to call Lil Wayne. She'd be like, hey. Yo, you ever did a song with Tupac?
Or Elvis Presley?
You ever did a song with Tupac and Elvis Presley about a murder that happened on the 19th of June in New York City?
God fucking damn it.
My bad, I didn't say
I don't
that.
understand how the narrator did this with a straight face.
I bet I didn't say that. Back to the lecture.
so rare that they are unsolved, or in some cases have escaped detection entirely. The majority of instances of SCP-2137-1 address crimes of private citizens, such as serial killers, spree murderers, or career criminals, though occasionally the songs will address larger groups, such as Hamas, ISIS, the IRA, and even in two separate instances, the Chaos Insurgency and the Church of the Broken God. A prototypical example...
The Chaos Insurgency and the Church of the Broken God are like two factions that are like against the SCP Foundation. The Chaos Insurgency are a bunch of fucking dumbasses, and the fucking Church one are just kind of radicalists.
All I know is about the nine-tailed fox. I think that's what they're called.
There's an
foxtail.
there's an SCP about that. She
Yeah.
She does like hang out on the mountains and shit, and will suck your dick. She will bite that shit off though.
Oh,
Yeah, she kind of wants to eat people.
fair enough.
Okay. I mean,
SCP-20.
you know, it's a good trade-off.
All right, bro. Down bad.
Down bad. You hate yourself. What the fuck you talking about?
2137-1 is included here for reference. This is an excerpt from SCP-2137-1, log 542.
Now I gotta be doing detective work. After all this time, huh? Jeffrey Gertz still stalking at night. Killed his brother and some strangers with the same damn knife. Right. It's not in my plans to tell you what to do. I know what I would do if I was you. He hit the blade in the barn off North 111. He already killed 6. Don't make it 7. Don't make it 7. Be careful and play it smart.
When the crimes have been addressed and the guilty parties brought to light, either by the legal system or otherwise, SCP-2137-1 is immediately replaced by a new instance. However, the track is easily recorded through conventional means. Recorded versions are not subject to change or replacement, and the original can be replayed from the CD endlessly before the killer is found with no or little variation. There are currently nearly 1,000 instances of SCP-2137-1 on record. Initial recovery log. SCP-2137 was recovered in the home of Avon Lincoln, arrested for the vigilante slaying of Michael Ferris, who was later revealed to have been the Ojai Strangler responsible for 6 murders over the summer of 1996. Avon's insistence that Tupac Shakur spoke to him from beyond the grave and told him he had to take justice into his own hands because Ferris's position as district attorney would prevent a fair trial drew the attention of Foundation agents after the song in question was produced as evidence in court. Amnestics were administered to all involved, and Lincoln was released back into the general population. Addendum 1A, the XK incident. Initially, researchers experimented with anonymously tipping off local police departments through Foundation plants, which led to the resolution of over cold cases, including the recovery of SCP and SCP-617, though no direct link has been established other than the murders involved. However, after years, this use of the SCP was deemed impractical. Repeatedly addressing the crimes discussed in 2137's music was, in practice, allowing the SCP to dictate the circumstances of its containment, and under the wrong circumstances, opened the Foundation to potential exposure through continuous interaction with law enforcement at all levels across multiple governments. In response to this, 059 ceased addressing the crimes in late 2000.
Whoever passed this through 05 is a little ass bitch. I'll say that right now. I was like, you can tell him I said that. I'm like, oh, we can't use the forensic ghost of Tupac Shakur to solve murders. What if we get more eyes on us? Fucking bitch. Fucking little pussy ass boy. I can't stand him. I can't stand that stupid motherfucker. I'm not gonna say his name, but I know who it was. Little ass bitch.
After 2 months passed, SCP-2137's behavior radically changed when, for the first time, an instance of SCP-2137-1 was produced that revealed SCP-2137-2 had an awareness of its containment. This is an excerpt from SCP-2137-1, log 851.
It's all about that thug life. West side. West side. You already know. You said you all about security. but you not good guys. You redact and expunge, man, your silence is lost. You said you here to protect, but the killers run free. Don't let me show you how rough this outlaw can be. You couldn't stop the beast, so don't you start that struggle. You better watch your tone, unless you looking for trouble. Man, you need to fall back and let me do my duty. Locked in the drawer, feeling like you trying to screw me. You try to step up on my legacy. You don't believe that I'm Tupac, I'm not just a CD.
The decision was made to halt testing entirely rather than acquiesce. After 1 week passed, an instance of SCP-2137-1 appeared spontaneously on the YouTube channel of Los Angeles-based hip-hop station, and in the lone hour before it was taken down, accrued over views. XK Scenario Incident. The image displayed on the video was a still phonograph, apparently authentic, though its nature is highly anomalous. The phonograph is of Shakur, estimated to be in his early 40s. It would be wise to note, at the time of his murder in 1996, Shakur was 25 years old, wearing the garb of Foundation D-Class personnel with his middle fingers raised. The accompanying song titled focused on SCP, revealing its actual location and means by which it could be broken free of current containment procedures, and identified several members of the O5 Council by their first names as it described the function and nature of the Foundation. In a massive sweeping operation involving activation of multiple task forces across continents, all trace of the video was erased and all viewers were administered Class A amnestics. Midway through this operation, an entire album titled XK Scenario was released to the iTunes account of Beyonce Knowles. Each song featured SCP-2137-2 as well as a variety of guest artists and focused on a different Keter-class SCP currently in captivity. Though SCP tracking bots were able to bring XK Scenario down only after downloads, complete digital eradication of the individual files has proven difficult. Though no loss of life or property was incurred, the sheer scale of the danger posed by this containment breach prompted a Foundation-wide state of high alert. This prompted an ongoing upgrade to all automatic SCP firewalls and engendered the reclassification of SCP-2137 from Euclid to Keter. The breach sparked heated debate as to how to proceed with the containment of and conceptual understanding regarding SCP-2137, which came to an end upon the appearance of a new instance of SCP-2137-1. This instance was produced spontaneously through the mouth of SCP, which appeared to fall into a trance state during the incident, with the lyrics in totality repeatedly written in what was identified as 117,000 times all over the interior of its containment chamber. This is an excerpt from SCP-2137-1, Log 564.
Help me find my killers and not find yours. Try not to play the CD, you starting the war. You don't really wanna see me in flesh. I wouldn't hesitate to put you little nerves to rest. So feel my power. What if I told you that the plan did all? What if the world knew the was bound to fall? Don't try to blame me cause you need me inside. You was the reason had died. I would never let up. What's the setup? Tell to keep his head up, huh? 19 and not what it seems. I'm everywhere and I can't be touched. And if you think about a plan, I'ma fuck shit up. You try to hide it, but I see it all. Now I'm coming for your head like I'm Tylenol. You don't wanna fall. Dressed in black like you can't be seen. I ride alone, I don't need no team. Yeah, so do your job, cause I'm giving you tips and put that whole CD in the mix. Biatch.
The decision was made to resume the former method of testing involving the embedded informants used to relay SCP-2137's evidence and information while continuing to study the method in which SCP-2137 transmits its broadcasts in an effort to truly contain it completely. SCP-2137-2 resumed its previous behavioral pattern, SCP-2137-1s focusing on crimes until their killers are located by conventional law enforcement, with the exception of one final track. At this time, its last recorded direct interaction with the Foundation. This is an excerpt from SCP-2137-1, Log 565.
See? I knew y'all get me. Listen. Y'all cannot afford to lose. And y'all will lose going against me. So it's only right. It's only right. But now that we on the same page, that's what I got for y'all. I guess it took time for it to sink in. I'm just glad you understood what I was thinking. I just knew you come around, so you see it now. And ain't no need to get upset or even throw down. You know I got the crown. I see it's hard to get some sleep at night. You got a head full of grapes and your skin ain't tight. So let's be real and ain't no need to fight it. There's a grander design, I bet you gonna like it. It's black and white, so don't get caught up in the deep thoughts. You got my music on the side with a greater force. You got my music on the side with a greater force.
Investigation into any kind of link or pattern between the crimes SCP-2137 solves is ongoing, as is interest to why it doesn't use its agency to pursue the criminals in question rather than working through proxies.
Memorandum. Email from Site 515, Director Dr. Gwen Pristine, 205 Council, regarding Tupac. This will be the 5th time I have written to propose an update to SCP-2371. When they enter our program here at Site 515, researchers, engineers, MTF troops, and even D-Class all walk in the door having read the official documentation and believe the Foundation has been essentially blackmailed into cooperation with the devious SCP. But everyone who actually works here knows this is no longer the case. In the nearly 3 decades since its containment, the Foundation's collaboration with SCP-2137 has led to recovery of dozens of SCPs. Our mobile task forces have deposed dictators and toppled tyrants, chased down rogue reality benders from 3 Portlands to Lamplight. This, of course, all adjacent to the arrest or end of nearly 30,000 murderers. To add some perspective here, a serial killer hasn't made it past their 3rd victim anywhere on Earth in 14 years. SCP-2137 has produced over 40,000 unique pieces of music. Function at Site 515 has become effectively frictionless. First, it was just the Suge Knights, but as we became more effective at addressing SCP-2137's instruction, another MTF joined, then an elite division. Which brings us up to the present, where the 5 mobile task forces under my command are in constant action against forces all over the planet Earth and beyond, all under the guidance of detailed strategy provided by the mysterious music from a compact disc that the Foundation has failed to adequately contain. A silent, undocumented understanding has grown among us. The SCP does not simply catch murderers. It directly and aggressively searches out anything that maliciously takes a human life. The amount of lives saved and untold disasters that have been prevented through the information 2137 supplies are at this point stupefying to contemplate, much less that it has been able to essentially bully us into a pattern of unilaterally heroic expenditures of Foundation resources. It's little wonder that we show the highest numbers globally in Foundation morale test. It makes sense, of course. Here at Site 515, the SCP Foundation is a fast-action team of gunslinging heroes, smashing cults, blowing away terrorists, and catching murderers and monsters in our spare time as we blast rap music out of a landing attack hovercraft, or working behind the scenes, turning local cops into super sleuths and vigilantes into heroes. But this period, as productive as it's been, has been intellectually stagnant. Throughout all of this, the motives and origin of 2137 remain a mystery, defying every search for a pattern, every algorithm-driven analysis. The research wing of the site has become a ghost town, as the MTF response barracks have grown to dominate everything, and perhaps rightfully so. But a few young researchers have diligently continued to hunt for meaning, for greater truth behind SCP-21371. An unexpected advance in this area is behind the urgency in my message to you today. It had long been understood that the life of the actual Tupac Shakur held little information or relevance toward the mystery of SCP-2137's existence. This has potentially changed. Researcher Mariha Kozlovich recently came across an unreleased interview with Shakur from 1994, 2 years before his death and 3 before the discovery of SCP-2137. The interview was buried by his managers because there was anxiety about Shakur's mental state in the footage, because he was speaking what they called nonsense. I think you will agree that while Mr. Shakur may not have been speaking clearly, what he actually says is very possibly of vital interest to the Foundation, and very definitely not nonsense. I feel we may finally have, if not an answer, the beginnings of one. But I can say with certainty that in my entire time at the Foundation, I have never personally felt this excited. So I start my proposal here. A Keter-level object actively interested in aiding the human race is not a Keter-level object at all. I am officially resubmitting my proposal for SCP-2137 to at long last be redesignated a Thaumiel-class object, and for a quadrupling of our research team and a site resource allocation. We must tug this thread and see where it leads us. Perhaps after hearing the audio attached, you will finally agree. Dr. Gwen Pristine, Site Director, 515.
Document. Recovered footage 1L. Tupac Shakur, dressed casually, sits on a large red couch, smoking a marijuana cigarette, hunched forward and visibly intoxicated, with drooping eyes and slightly slurred speech.
Why'd he call it a marijuana cigarette? My bad.
Happy and jovial, and laughs often through the interview despite repeatedly becoming distracted by the presence of his entourage dancing and talking in the room. His director and videographer Gobi Rahimi sits nearby, and VH1 interviewer Mila Vendi, also visibly intoxicated, sits nearby. The relevant portion begins 9 minutes and 14 seconds into the interview.
People ask me where I get my inspiration from. They say, how do you go so hard and put in that much work? But what they don't understand is this is me taking a break. This is me on vacation. I think some people would say that was irresponsible. To just sit back, be human for a while, be an artist, experience that. I can't be chasing the king all the time. I feel like I've been doing that forever to protect you, all of you. He's not so big, and you're not so small. But he's gotta trick you like it doesn't matter, because that's the only way that he can keep it looking like he's the man. Like he's some big bad evil motherfucker. You don't see that when I die, I'll live on. My death is my destiny. And then I become something else. What I was before. The voice will still shout, and it'll shout justice, and poetry, and art, and music. I got you. I got you, humanity. When I eventually go toe-to-toe and brawl with this fool, he's gonna gather up his little red dress and go home crying like a bitch, and he knows it. Evil knows his days are numbered. So the king is still running. The chase isn't over. Prepare. Prepare. Prepare.
You know, working for a foundation such as this, it's kind of heartwarming to see that not every anomalous entity out there is malevolent. For once, a Thaumiel-class object that can't be contained is kind of a good thing. Maybe most people will disagree with me. Who knows? Anyway, I think that about does it for today. Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
Alright. Oh.
Still thinking about the motel. Sorry.
Huh?
Still thinking about the fucking motel.
Oh, you already died then. Wow.
What's wrong with you? Nobody. You are so cooked.
We're gonna hear you.
Tupac would not write a track about you. He would not search for you.
You went where Tupac can't find you, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know he would count that as a murder. You're like, hey, can you tell us about what happened to our friend? I don't give a fuck about it. What are y'all giving the forensic ghost of Tupac Shakur and his analysis skill work? He wrote a diss track about the SCP Foundation.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That was the funniest one so far.
He also, the little interview part at the end, we was talking about the king and shit. He's talking about literally like the Red King, which is like the big bad guy in the SCP Foundation. And like, depending on which story you actually believe, it'll depend on whether or not you actually think the Red King is a menace or not. That's one story that said that he was a concept. I fucking hate that story. The fucking researcher that wrote that one is an idiot.
Tell him that to his face.
I will. He's down the hall. Okay. We got time for one more. I will not go through the... I'm not going to go through the field trip again. You know what? It's the Halloween season. It's the Halloween season. Happy October, everybody. Happy Oktoberfest. Happy Dios de los Muertos. We're gonna do a scary one. We're gonna talk about flying spiders.
Oh,
let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-1506. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. High-resolution satellite imagery is to be processed by computer for possible SCP-1506-1 occurrences. Once confirmed as an occurrence, SCP-1506-1's position is to be monitored and checked against computer modeling of wind patterns. Should SCP-1506-1 rapidly descend or ascend into a wind current predicted to take SCP-1506-1 through human-populated areas, Mobile Task Force Phi-17, the Arachnophobes, are to be readied for Procedures 1506-A, B, and C. Procedure 1506-A. Using mobile anti-smog fans, Mobile Task Force Phi-17 are to attempt to guide SCP-1506-1 into a wind current predicted to take SCP-1506-1 towards a local nature reserve populated with larger mammalia. If necessary to disguise the procedure from the public, cover will be provided as cutting-edge industrial agriculture testing in rural areas and as air quality specialists in urban areas. Procedure 1506-B. Should 1506-A fail to keep SCP-1506-1 away from human population centers, Mobile Task Force Phi-17 are to begin Type B amnestic treatment as necessary for witnesses of predation. Procedure 1506-C. Mobile Task Force Phi-17 are to use mobile stasis locks to contain the area around SCP-1506-1. While flamethrowers and Arachnicide-7 are used to disperse SCP-1506-1. Arachnicide-7's boiling point is above 1,500 degrees Celsius, making it safe to use with conventional flamethrowers. Under no circumstances may Arachnicide-7 be used without stasis locks active to contain the aftermath.
Which, by the way, like, that degree of flamethrower might be like a little excessive, so I think the person that made this procedure probably was an arachnophobe.
I love spiders.
But like, more power to him. We're gonna see if he still loves spiders.
I love spiders.
Must not be allowed to enter the biosphere. Procedure 1506-D. Following Incident 1506 Sigma, any instance of SCP-15061 larger than 200 cubic meters in commercial flight paths are cleared for immediate barometric implosion using FAE detonation contained via mobile stasis lock. SCP-15061-14 is contained at Site 9 in a pressure-controlled large animal containment cell. Atmospheric pressure is to be maintained to keep SCP-15061-14 approximately in the center of the containment cell. When SCP-15061-14 descends to an artificial altitude of less than 500 meters, viable prey animals are to be introduced to the cell. It has been calculated that kilograms of food over a 4-week period will help keep the colony at its current size. In the event of containment breach, Arachnicide 7 will be deployed in combination with increasing containment cell pressure to atmospheres. Arachnicide 7 must not be allowed to enter the biosphere. The following are outdated containment procedures. SCP-1506's position is to be monitored and checked against computer modeling of wind patterns. Should SCP-1506 rapidly descend or ascend into a wind current predicted to take SCP-1506 through human-populated areas, Mobile Task Force Phi-7 are to be readied for procedures 1506-A and B. Description: SCP-1506 is the designation for the global phenomenon which spontaneously generates instances of SCP-1506-1. SCP-1506-1 is the designation for anomalous colonies of at least approximately 900 spiders of mixed species. By application of multiple varieties of spider silk, SCP-1506-1 is able to build complex web structure less dense than air in which the spiders may live. SCP-1506-1...
Put it back in.
Yes.
How many spiders are there?
A fuck ton.
Close enough.
I don't like spiders.
I love spiders. What do you mean?
Spiders are rarely seen working in cooperation.
What do you mean there's not over 900 species of spiders?
1506-1 also shows changes in predation behavior, web tension strength,
Looks like something's
and
crawling
web
on me.
adhesion. SCP-1506-1 has been found at altitudes of up to 18 kilometers. In order to change altitude, the volume of SCP-1506-1 is increased or decreased, suggesting the web structure is being consistently maintained. When SCP-1506-1 descends below 500 meters, it is to be assumed that the colony will soon begin predation behavior. Thus far, it is unknown how spiders are able to detect their prey at this height. SCP-1506-1's preferred method of predation is to spin a web to the ground from altitude. Any animalia touching the spider web will instantly adhere and be unable to remove the web. Only live animal matter exhibits this effect. When enough food has been caught, SCP-1506-1 will reel in the web at kilometers per hour. When SCP-1506-1 has fully reeled in its prey, the web structure will engulf the animal. Consumption of prey takes place over days, dependent on both the size of the prey and the colony. Humans take approximately 5 days for an average-sized colony to digest. The largest single prey animal recorded has been an elk, taking 11 days to digest. Waste is allowed to fall freely, leaving a desiccated husk that will often shatter on impact. SCP-15...
Put it back in. How much do you weigh?
Oh, 300.
Okay.
They're gonna pick me up, aren't they?
I'm trying to see how big an elk is.
Elk is huge.
They chunky.
Between 700 and 1,100 pounds.
Oh
screwed.
yeah, the bigger's gone.
You're screwed. Booty Vic, you gotta put on some weight.
Yeah, I'm cooked.
1506-1 was
We gonna turn you into a sumo wrestler for your own safety.
The realization of multiple instances.
Yeah, I'm done
SCP-1506-1 was
for.
first brought to the Foundation's attention on 2000, when a viral video thought to originate in Chile showed a man walking through the streets of at 0247 local time, according to the timestamps. For 2 minutes, he is tracked by 8 security cameras. the footage of which has been seamlessly edited together until he suddenly stops walking whilst looking very startled. The subject of the video begins brushing at his arms and face before vanishing. High-speed analysis shows that he had been dragged vertically out of the frame. The poor resolution of the security footage has made it impossible to determine the actual speed, but kilometers per hour is within estimations. The footage has been doctored to remove the 3 frames and has been publicly revealed to be part of the viral campaign for energy drink. SCP-1506-114 is a colony captured on 2000. Cameras placed on prey animals have shown internal structure to be incredibly complex. The colony is divided into living chambers and buoyancy chambers, with no genus of spider noticeably more active in web maintenance. Every foreign spider introduced to the colony has been accepted without incident. Introducing new spider species to SCP-1506-114 is now banned. 200 different spiders from around the world have been introduced to the colony, and it is believed that there is no more data to be gained from this research. SCP-1506-114 is being studied to determine longevity of the colony. So far, the colony remains healthy.
See that big ass spider in the middle of this thing?
Bro, that's what I've been staring at for most of this.
Corbin, since you like spiders so much, what spider is that?
I don't know. Looks like a black widow, but that's too massive. Could be a brown recluse, but I think it's still too massive.
Okay. How big are wolf spiders?
They aren't that chunky.
Okay.
Alright, spider expert.
Hell yeah.
Feeding when necessary. Using remote cameras to explore the structure has proven a failure, as all attempts have had the drone immobilized by web and excreted in the usual manner. Spider-mounted cameras have failed in a similar manner. The only successful method to obtain internal visuals is through prey-mounted camera, which allows only for stationary video feeds. Tests indicate a normal oxygen and atmospheric pressure level within the living chambers. Little headway has been made as to the mode of transmission of SCP-1506, but the most favored theory is communication of learned behavior. Investigation is ongoing into how the spiders communicate. Research on the Malos gregalis and other social spiders has been promising, but so far no headway has been made. So far, SCP-15061 has appeared on all continents except Antarctica, and shows no preference for member spider species, either solitary or social. Addendum. Event 1501 Alpha. Playing log now.
I think it's trying to pretend it's a weather balloon, but weather balloons don't float this low. Great! We found the killer low-flying weather balloon. I guess we could pop it.
They're called special containment procedures,
Not special destruction procedures. Yeah, I get it. It would save time, though. I'm going in for a closer look.
Stay sharp.
3 minutes 42 seconds of radio silence as Agent R approaches location.
I've got visual on the binoculars. I can see it pulsing. It looks like it's made out of fabric.
What do you think? Giant butterfly net? Lasso?
I don't think we're bringing this one in ourselves. We're gonna need nerds.
Hey, don't be like that. They're why we have jobs.
Not them. I stepped in a spider web.
Agent R's radio device transmits a 16-second scream, followed by heavy breathing and sobbing.
Oh God, they're crawling on me. I can't move. God, it's so hot. Oh God.
Agent R was in radio contact for a further 18 hours and 7 minutes. During this time, Agent R was unable to provide more useful information on the nature of SCP-1506. Event 1506, Sigma, on 2000. SCP-1506-19 collided with commercial flight. SCP-1506-1...
I'm so sorry.
Why'd you say sorry like that?
I'm so fucking sorry.
I'm so sorry. You can sense an attention after this.
Bro got caught.
19 had been under special observation due to its significant volume. It has been theorized that SCP-1506-19 contained over 1 million individual spiders. On impact with flight, SCP-1506-19 was observed to burst. The web structure was observed to cling to the plane for 40 seconds before being pulled into a damaged seam between fuselage panels. The black box flight recorder indicates these spiders entered the flight cabin, causing significant damage to the aircraft's electronics, including radio equipment. The flight continued for another 78 minutes before crashing. The following is an excerpt from the recording. Playing log now.
What the fuck was that?
Shit, I don't know. Give me the fucking mic. This is your co-pilot for today. We do apologize for the flight turbulence back there. We do our best to make your flight as smooth as possible, but the occasional hiccup will happen. We thank you for your understanding and remember to keep flying with airlines.
Okay, what in the fuck happened? I thought it was a cloud, alright?
Clouds don't make a bang when you hit them. I meant to be on break. Seriously. What is wrong with you?
Don't tell me you thought it was anything other than cloud cover. You were looking.
I was meant to take a nap in half an hour and now my heart's racing.
Also, side note, airplanes aren't supposed to just always fly through clouds. They can go up and down through them, but they're not supposed to stay in them. So I don't know why the fuck he just decided to fly into a fucking cloud.
It probably looked like a smaller cloud.
Jan?
I love cloud.
He was gonna get fired after this regardless.
Thanks for that.
Well, piss off then.
Metallic banging can be heard, assumed to be flight attendant at the cockpit door.
I just want a nap. Jesus, what did I do? What is it? Use the phone.
Banging continues.
I'll have a look. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! What? Mayday, mayday! This is flight in immediate distress. Require urgent assistance on spider infestation. Over!
What the fuck? Can they get through the door? This is insane.
This is flight... Our flight cabin has been compromised by spiders and they're fucking everywhere. Someone fucking come in. Over! Pan! Mayday! Anyone!
Recording skips 60 minutes. For full audio file, see 1506.19bb.mp3.
Ailerons okay? Rudder okay? Elevators okay?
Radio fucked. Well, at least we're not dead stick.
30 seconds of silence.
We agreed this is what we have to do.
I don't want to die.
Neither do I. Neither do...
If we're doing this, it has to be now. We're getting too close to...
I hope it's fast.
We'll be the first to hit. The plane is behind us. It's a rock and a hard place. Sure it'll burn?
I've set all the fuel safety options to off.
I hope so. Sand for miles. Do it.
Recording continues in silence for 4 minutes until impact.
Flight was over an uninhabited area for the crash, preventing further casualties. It is believed that the resulting explosion and dispersal of the spiders that made up SCP-1506-19 is responsible for the increased generation rate of SCP-1506-1. Okay, now that we've got that absolute nightmare out of the way,
Corvus,
Yes,
what are you giving the grade for the aerial arachnids?
I love spiders. I love spiders.
Excellent. Phenomenal ranking. Booty Baker.
0.
All right, bro. Spider hater. You're literally main Spider-Man in Marvel Rivals.
Okay, it's a bit different, isn't it?
Is it? He's an aerial spider. He's pretty aerial.
Yeah, he flies around.
It's a man.
No, he's part spider. He got his biology fucking mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
He's radiated. It's a monster. Also,
Well, I guess at least
you know,
Spider-Man just punches you.
you don't even play Spider-Man. You play Spider-Punk. Okay. I was gonna end it off at. Let me switch over. Where was I? Lost my thing. There it is. Okay. Back to the fucking classification page. All right. How do you boys feel about learning about the SCPs today? What were your favorite ones?
I still like the no vacancy one.
Yeah, the ones
I love
where
the
they
concept.
like, the ones where they like go off the beaten path and like don't just talk about like the what the item is. They actually give a description of how to handle it. Those are the cool ones. Booty Baker, what about you?
I like the no vacancy one too, but the Tupac one was just too funny.
The Tupac one was very fucking funny.
Got beef with everybody. He got features from Lady Gaga.
Nah, when he started dissing the SCP Foundation.
Fans of hip hop, how would y'all grade the rapping?
uh,
It was like short
AI.
excerpts, but
yeah.
Was it AI? Or was those real songs?
That one was made. This one was 3 years ago. The other one was. It should have been made before AI was like good enough to be like that. So I think that was somebody that sounded like Tupac.
No, Tupac actually wrote it, Baker.
Never mind, Tupac actually wrote it, Baker. Tupac's not actually dead, Baker. Yeah, this one was 4 years ago. Okay. Alright, and I'm gonna start ending stuff off then. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching now while it's live. Thank everybody's gonna watch in the future when it's a vibe. Thank everybody's watching in the past with your arachnophobia, like Booty Baker. And the fact that you still stuck in that hospital, like Booty Baker. The hospital hotel.
Motel, actually.
Yeah, and it's not a sexy one. Closing statements. Corvus, don't make it about spiders.
Oh god. Baker's dead. I cannot find him anymore.
We lost him on the road somewhere. He was supposed to be here an hour ago. I got a text from him saying, I keep passing up this same ass motel. Where the fuck am I?
This guy on the elevator hugged me.
It's good on the other elevator hugged me. It was pretty nice. I've been stuck in this hallway for like an hour.
I got jumped in my motel room.
The only part of it that like I know you would survive would be the fucking pool one, because I don't even know why the fuck you would go in that pool.
What? Yeah.
Would you have hopped in that pool?
No.
You could.
Bro, what are you doing in there? Bro, what are you doing in there? Bro, what are you doing?